How can you elevate the conflict in your story to the next level? Every story needs conflict of some kind, but the best stories don't just have a single conflict. They use the differences between the characters' personalities and wants to influence the conflict and raise the stakes. I'm AJ, a filmmaker and storyteller, and today, let's take a look at the use of human nature for conflict in 1960's The Magnificent Seven. Be warned, spoilers are ahead. The Magnificent Seven is, in its broad strokes, a very simple and oft repeated story. It's a remake, in a Western setting, of Kurosawa's famous film The Seven Samurai. A village is under attack from brigands, and so the peaceful villagers bring in professional warriors to teach them how to fight back against their oppressors.
We know how to plant and grow. We don't know how to kill.
Then learn or die.
This basic premise has been done in a wide array of different settings and mediums, but few have been as good as The Magnificent Seven. What this film brings to the table to set it apart is a great grasp of human nature. The conflict is not just about the gunslingers helping the villagers defeat the bandits, but about the gunslingers' own internal struggles. While some are more fleshed out than others, each has his own defining traits and personality. Each has his own reason for taking the job at the village, and each has his own reason for sticking things out, or not, when the going gets tough. Add to that the conflict between the villagers themselves, whether they should fight Calvera or bow to him, and you get a much deeper, richer story than you'd expect from the face of things. The overall conflict is one of man against man. Calvera and his gang of bandits are stealing from the village, so the villagers must defeat their oppressors before they can have peace and prosperity again. This is the fun, flashy conflict, full of flying lead, flashing blades, and galloping horses. This kind of conflict works well to entertain the audience, but you never want to stop there. You need more depth, and that is where human nature comes into play. Humans are complex creatures, and every one of them is different. In spite of this, you can still find similarities and archetypes in humanity that are recognizable to people. While there is always more going on beneath the surface, these archetypes are a great shorthand for stories, since the audience can, within a few moments of meeting a character, think, oh, I know someone like that, or I know what kind of person that is. These quickly founded expectations can then be reinforced or subverted through the course of the story, depending on what the storyteller decides. Either way, these recognizable character traits are wonderful, since they can be seen by the audience and then set the audience up for these characters' conflicts. The Magnificent Seven does a masterful job of not just setting up these characters and their traits, but doing so in an efficient way. There is no extraneous dialogue. The characters either say what they need to get their point across, or make their point through action.
Where you from? Oh, yeah. Where you going?
The dialogue is also subtle. It doesn't beat you over the head with its meaning, but has enough faith in the audience to trust that the message will be understood. Then, once these characters have been introduced to you and you have an idea of who they are, you can watch their interactions and the conflict that ensues as their various traits rub against one another. The young kid who desperately wants to prove himself as a gunfighter brashly crashes up against men who have lived their entire lives by the gun and regret their choices, or stand by them.
No enemies? Alive.
The man, only out for what he can get, comes into conflict with the others, who have higher reasons than simple self-interest for doing what they do. These human nature-based conflicts, and the others like them present throughout the film, are what elevate this film beyond a simple shoot-'em-up western to a story with deeper themes to explore. Is it worth it to give up settled life, family, and stability to live utterly free? When things get difficult, should you cut your losses or stand for something? If you do choose to stand for something, what will it be? Pride in yourself? Honor and keeping your word? Love for your fellow man? These are the questions that the film poses to the viewer, and this depth only works when you have more than a surface-level conflict. So if you want to make your film about more than just exciting action and get to deeper themes, don't forget to base some of the story's conflict in human nature. I'm AJ, and I hope you enjoyed this discussion of The Magnificent Seven. If you enjoyed this video, go down below and leave a like, and if you're interested in similar videos, please subscribe. In the comments, let me know what your favorite story conflict based on human nature is. Now, go out there and create stories.